to chat with my singles today because it's getting hot outside. I know y'all out here getting hot too. And you ready to start dating again, but it's just like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? What should I be looking for? Oh, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Oh, I love that name. So I just wanted to chat about that. So if you're currently single and you like, okay, what should I do? Number one, I want you to think about, what do you want in a relationship? And what I mean is not making this long, extensive list about physicalities about a person, but what kind of person do you need to be with to help you to be successful in your purpose and in your life? Do you need somebody that's caring, somebody who can give you a little bit more time, someone who likes to hang out and do some of the same things that you do, but can also show you different things? Someone who is different from your ex. Maybe your ex didn't like to go out and do anything. They were a homebody and you didn't like that. Or you want somebody with better communication. What does that look like? You need to figure out what that is and then make a list. And like I said, it's not just a list about physical stuff, but this is a list of qualities that you need to be successful in life. Because when we are choosing a partner, we need to be choosy about who we spend our life with, right? We don't want somebody who's going to drag us down or pull us away from us being successful and what makes us successful in life, because at the end of the day, it is your call to answer, and you need somebody who can help you to get to where you need to be, right? And also you want to be able to help them. And if you are both not in alignment with that, then you're not going to go anywhere. So you want to make sure that you understand what kind of qualities that you're looking for. And number two is, what is your identity? Who do you identify as? Because a lot of people, they get into relationships and they're like, oh, this person completes me and stuff like that. And I don't like when people say that, because to me, when you say something like that, if that person happens to pass away, or that person decides that they don't love you or they don't want to be with you anymore, then they take a piece of you with them, right? So how can you be complete? You need to know who you are already, because there are too many narcissists out here, people who will gaslight you and make you think that you're crazy. They will do all type of stuff and you'll think something is wrong with you. But if you are rooted in your identity, if you know who you are, then you can go into that relationship being everything that you need to be. And know that we will go through evolution, right? We evolve often, that some things that matter to us before don't necessarily matter now. Some things that should really be important, we might take that to the next level. We are continuously evolving, but who we are at our core should remain basically the same. So you need to know who you are before you start dating. Because I remember, Chris Rock had this special some years ago, and he said that you don't meet the real person when you first start dating. You meet their representative, whoever they decide they want to be. And then the real them comes out about a year later. And I thought that was so funny, but it's kind of true that sometimes everybody isn't as authentic. You may still be a people pleaser, or they may still be a people pleaser. So they're going to try to be who they think you want them to be, and vice versa. But we don't want to go into relationships like that. We want to go into relationships knowing who we are and presenting that person to that person so that they know what they're getting into. Because I don't want to be with somebody and it's a bag of tricks and then it's something else and I don't even know what that is, right? But we don't want to present that same thing to other people. So know who you are. And then lastly, find out if you still have some unforgiveness left in you, because you cannot move on if you have unforgiveness towards past partners, or if you didn't learn from the experience. And a lot of times we're like, well, I don't want to forgive them because of what they did to me and stuff like that. And honestly, it's an experience, but also you may need to forgive yourself, right? Because a lot of times we may forgive the other person, but we don't forgive ourselves for what we allowed to happen. So make sure that you are also forgiving yourself for what happened, and understand that, of course, hindsight is 20/20. So don't try to beat yourself up just because you allowed something to happen. you didn't have all the facts that you have now when you were dealing with that person. So you have to give yourself some grace, right? And you have to forgive yourself for what happened before, so that you can move on, and now you're open to date again. And that way it's much easier to see red flags. Like when I was dating before, honey, we can go on one date and I already know, like, this ain't it. Or I'll be like, okay, I'll give you a little extra, but it doesn't take long for you to decide, like, I'm not going to mesh well with this person, or this is not what I'm looking for. And for me, I'd rather you do that on the first date or a second date, so that you're not wasting each other's time, because there's nothing worse than wasting time, because time is a commodity that you cannot get back. So you want to make sure that instead of wasting time, you already know what you want, who you are, and that you're not harboring unforgiveness. So I hope that these tips were helpful. And of course, like I said before, I would love to help you to begin dating again. If you like, sis, I need a little bit more than that. I can absolutely help you. Let's talk about it.